very good evening, everybody. This is Gulf Harbour Radio, ZMH286, Patricia and David, and it is a beautiful evening on this Friday, the 18th of August. We've had rain on and off all day, but at the moment it's dry and only 30% cloud cover, so lovely sunny twilight, 15 degrees, can't complain about that. It's only 6 knots of westerly wind, 1018.7 and slightly rising. So I was just actually looking at all of the activity, people heading west, lots and lots of people heading west. So quite a lot of little purple spots as they are on the AIS. And we have the one boat that we hope to be able to talk to because he's getting almost to the area that he is in the skip from New Zealand on 8 megahertz. As you may recall when you did your radio licenses, the signal goes up, bounces off the F layer, I think, and comes down again. And so if you're in that bit in between, then you're not going to be able to hear us, and we'll have to rely on a relay. And we do appreciate relays for boats that are too close and are heading into interesting weather. So I'm not going to talk about any news at all, except for a little bit of sport. I'll cover anything else later. For those petrol heads, Shane van Gisbergen has decided to leave the supercars this year, and next year he will be off to get himself involved in NASCAR. And tomorrow night, of course, the big final. It's captured world interest, really. The girls' football final, Spain versus England. It will be a very, very interesting match. I don't actually know where I would put my money if I was going to be a betting lady. The Spaniards have really captured the interest with quite an interesting and exciting way of playing. It's their first time in a final and only their third time in the tournament. If you were playing it safe, you'd probably go for England, but we'll wait and see tomorrow. Okay, let's see if I can find Colfie, Gulf Harbour Radio.
This is Colfie Radio, loud and clear, Gulf Harbour Radio.
Well, and I've got you loud and clear, so that's really good. The AIS is about 4.5 hours old, so you'll have to give us the full works, Peter. Go ahead, over.
Roger that, we are at 172 degrees, 12 minutes south.
East.
172, 12 degrees east, and 31 degrees 2 minutes south. We're on a heading of 170 degrees true. We're doing about 6 knots. We have 25% cloud cover. There's maybe 2 knots coming from the east, I believe. And I think we have a very lazy swell of about 1.5 meters every 20 seconds.
Well, the engine is on, as we can hear, and you've made really good progress. Much delight here. 3102 south, 17212 east, on a course of 170 true at 6 knots, 25% cloud cover. It must be rather nice out there with the 2 knots from the east. Actually, it's interesting because the GFS that I've got on my AIS, which I've just managed to lose, is giving you quite a lot of northerly winds. So that's interesting. It's not all that accurate. And the nice lazy swell. Well, just appreciate the lazy swell, and well done on getting that far. So I'm going to pass the microphone for an update from David. Negative, tell me.
What was that?
Just say negative.
Negative, Peter. All right, taking a look here. I'm going to move you to 33 south by tomorrow. Tomorrow morning-ish, between about 9, 10 a.m., like that. Wind should be out of the north at about 30 knots worth of gust. And I would say a mean wind for you would be about 20 to 23 knots mean wind. And again, the gusts will get up there to close to 30. So that's Saturday at about 9 o'clock. And wait, one.
I have got the message.
Okay. Okay, looking at Saturday evening at about 10 p.m. as you're getting much closer to North Cape. Got you at almost 34 south, 34 south, just off of North Cape, and north winds mean about 22 to 24 knots, and the gusts will be about 31, 32 knots. And regarding that frontal band, you will be in the rain. It doesn't look like a lot, believe it or not. In fact, it doesn't look too bad at all. You're going to get wet, but it's not really hosing down like it is in other parts of the frontal band. So not too bad at all. Your ETA then is still going to be Sunday morning, I think. So a better idea on that now, Peter. Over.
I'm not really not sure about the ETA. It just depends on how much speed we can get out of the northeast. It's either going to be Sunday night or Monday morning.
That's a shame.
Yeah, okay. Well, Sunday, what's going to happen is the frontal band is going to pass. It's going to pass you. It's going to move to the east. The axis of the whole system is running almost north-south. So the front itself is running north-south. And the winds will go to the west by that time. By early Sunday into noon, it'll be well to the east of you. You'll be getting westerly winds. So I'm just going to look at North Cape, and that is going to be, I would say, winds of about, believe it or not, 14 knots, and gusts up to maybe about 20. I checked with another model, and pretty much about the same thing. I'm going to check with yet another model, and yet again the same thing. So that is what's going to happen then around lunchtime or early Sunday. That frontal band is going to sweep through. It's going to go basically west to east, which is very good. You don't normally see that. I usually see them at a slant running from the northwest to the southeast. But this particular one, just for you, is running north-south, which is great. That means it's just once it whips through, it's gone. So that's what's going to happen. I think you're going to be able to get in just fine. There might, if you keep going and don't slow down, that's about what it looks like. So that's the story. And I think Patricia had said that it did come in. Over.
That sounds great. So, yeah, that's pretty much me. Yes, a little bit more on tomorrow, but not too bad on Sunday. And we should have a nice ride home.
Yes, and you won't have to wash the boat when you get there, so that's all good. And yes, I actually had my phone on charge, and I didn't bother bringing it into the radio room, and it came through at 4:30. So one other thing from David.
Yeah, I don't think you want to dilly-dally on this when I said floor it if you can. That's what you want to do. Monday's not a good day, even though the winds are going to be out of the west to the southwest. They're going to be gale force winds when they do that. So you've got just that little respite on Sunday where they're slacked a bit. They're westerly. They haven't quite turned southwest yet. And if you get in there, then that's perfect. That's being very lucky, actually. But if you dilly-dally and you wait until Monday to get in, thinking everything is great, it's not. The wind is definitely going to pick up gusts, like I say, up to gale force winds, even though you'll have the land to protect you because you'll be past North Cape, I think. But still, that's a lot of wind. So anyway, Sunday's the goal. Over.
Yeah, we've got that, and in the back of my mind, I've also got the option of going to Harbour instead of Monterey as an early shelter point if we do end up taking a bit longer. Over.
Yeah, roger that. It'd probably be good to take a vote, and everybody counts when you're getting near the decision point for that one. So, yep, that is a good option, and it might not, it might be a pain in the neck to traipse all the way up to Opua, but it does get you out of it if it's not giving you the shelter that you want. So, yep, keep that in mind. Now, just a question, because I'm a bit of a zombie as far as phones go. Am I able to send a message back to you on this system? Over.
Look at that, you can reply now at any night. If you try and get your replies less than 160 characters, which includes blanks, that cost me $1 a minute head. Feel free, text away what you need to text. Over.
Oh, roger that. Well, we'll probably hopefully get a relay if we need to tomorrow. But you are actually coming through on my home antenna now, and very, very well. So, and as you get closer, it might be possible on the Kaio one. So we'll play it by ear, but at least I know I can do that. And yep, it does look as if things are going pretty well for you. You might see a boat passing you in the night. It's a Swedish boat called Aloha. It's heading north, believe it or not. So you'll be able to say hello to them. It looks quite a long boat. Let me tell you, I will give you the details of Aloha. It looks a really nice boat, actually. Oh my God, it says it's 31 years old. It must be really recently done up, but it's 14-metre boat, so it will be crossing you. Does that look like a 31-year-old boat to you, David? There's a picture in here. Doesn't look like it to me. I think there might be a bit of an error there, but anyway, keep your eyes out. That's the only thing on the AIS as far as major shipping is concerned. So there's a couple of ships, but they'll be gone by the time you get a bit closer, I would imagine. Okay, have a very good night, and just keep up the pressure. Hi to all on board. Over.
Thank you very much for that. Just a quick note, we do have to stop the boat today. The engine is at the first, and we took advantage of having a quick swim in the glass as well. It was quite lovely. Over.
Yeah, you don't often get the opportunity to do that, do you? All right, well, we'll let you off with a quick swim and a warning to keep going, keep the speed up, because you'll regret it if you don't. Okay, cheers, Peter, and we'll hopefully talk to you tomorrow. Over. All right, this is Gulf Harbour Radio. Is there anybody else on frequency? I see there's quite a few people heading from Fiji to Vanuatu. Is there anybody with any questions on anything for the weekend? Please call now. I don't know if there was anybody there, but there was a light call. Could you come again, please? Okay, Bedouin. Yeah, I had the wrong speaker on. I had my home one, and I needed the one further north. So you've probably decided you've seen enough of Saguaro and are thinking of leaving. Is that correct? Over.
Yeah, this is Roger. We're underway to Tonga. I'm going to leave us for another day.
Okay, go ahead with your report, Bedouin, from Saguaro to Tonga.
Yeah, so this is 134 south. 164 120. I'll copy.
Yes, I've got good well, pretty reasonable copy. 1357 south, 16412 west. Carry on.
Roger, speed over ground is 7.4. Course over ground 242. Wind speed 18 knots. Volume so about 2 meters. They just dropped down for that. So not sure what it is, but what's there about the big cloud cover? 40 miles to go.
Okay, well, that Bedouin is enjoying those conditions. Course is 242 true at 7.4. Easterly wind 18 and 2 metre swell, 75% cloud cover. So you're on course for Tonga, and I'll just see probably much the same, but I will. I missed how many miles you've got to go because of the static crash. Your ETA is Sunday, I presume. Over.
633 nautical miles to go. 633 nautical miles. ETA will be Tuesday on your day. Over. Tuesday, your day. Over.
Okay, Tuesday. Yeah, it was a bit different miles to go when I didn't get the static trace. So Tuesday to Vava'u. If you could just confirm Vava'u, I presume it is. You're not going further south at this stage, are you? Over.
That's Roger, Vava'u.
Okay, here's David.
All right, good evening. And you're looking pretty good there, from what I could see. Should be a pretty nice sail, fairly light air. Looking at Tuesday, very, very light air, unfortunately. Yeah, between Niue and Tonga, there's hardly anything. Winds look like maybe out of the southwest, about 5 to 8 knots if we're lucky. If you're a little bit further to the east, they're actually northeast winds, but then again, they're light too, maybe 6 to 10 knots. So light air so far for that arrival on Tuesday, and just checking to see precipitation. Well, there is a frontal band, unfortunately, that's going to cut right through Vava'u on Tuesday at about lunchtime. So let's see how long that lingers. Moves off by, looks like it moves off by late on Tuesday. But that's hard to tell. A few days away, it can be slower or faster. But keep that in mind. Might be a frontal band weak, but you'll have winds in that, probably southerly. And as far as gusts go, not much. I would say maybe up to 25 knots in some of the taller clouds, but not too bad. Over.
Okay, one cookie, but yeah, one puzzle band coming through. It looks like Wednesday right now. Hope it stays that way. And it would be good.
Yep, and we'll be on through the weekend, so we can update as we go. Yeah, it's funny. I think when we left Saguaro, we headed for Niue, which is sort of on your route, give or take. It's a really interesting island to explore for a few days if it takes your interest. Anyway, we'll talk to you again tomorrow night. So have a good night. Certainly, you've got a good speed going at the moment. So we'll talk to you tomorrow, Graham. Clear with a Bedouin. Is there anybody else? No, nothing heard, and good that we've got at least Bedouin on frequency because I might need some help tomorrow night with Kulfi if they're out of my area. Okay, everybody, I hope that wherever you are, I know New Caledonia is looking nice with the satellite picture, and even Fiji is looking pretty good at the moment, so you'll all be enjoying the lovely night that we've got here as well. So cheers, everybody. Talk to you tomorrow. Oh, I forgot the news, but never mind. You know where it is. And if there's anything exciting, we'll talk about it tomorrow. This is Gold Harbour Radio Clear.
News.